Working in the financial industry, I have seen a ton of recent high school graduates, recent college graduates coming in with zero, that is right guys, no knowledge of financial literacy at all, which is the reason why I started the YouTube channel. It is really the impact of the financial literacy that we're not seeing that is taught in schools, which is very detrimental. So in today's video, we're going to be going through the 5 reasons why financial literacy should 100% be taught in every single school. Starting with number 1, money touches everything. When you're 18 years old, even earlier when you start getting a job, there is no guideline, there is no blueprint, there is no career path that is going to teach you financial literacy. When it comes to buying a house, when it comes to investing, when it comes to getting married, having children, finances play a massive role when it comes to the actual individual with zero knowledge of anything. When you look at buying gas, when you look at traveling, when you look at going out with your friends, negotiating prices, every financial decision that we make in our life is affected and is adjusted and changed by money. Young adults really lacking the education and the experience to really have a basis of the financial environment or the financial landscape is something that is poorly missed. Number 2, the majority of Americans want financial literacy to be taught in schools. This rings true, guys. Over 60% of the respondents to the survey said they need financial literacy in school. Over 75% of millennials were looking for additional financial information and trying to get the financial literacy, again, making up for the groundwork of years that we are not seeing it within the financial institutions, and we're not seeing it in a lot of the schools themselves. 30% say that they should start in elementary school with the financial education. 33% said middle school, 32% high school. Only 5% of people think that financial literacy should start at college or start at the college level. So there is a big push for financial literacy, which makes a huge difference again for the rest of your life. Now the debate runs in with when is too young. If you're starting in, again, you can start when they're starting mathematics, when you start 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, not delving into really the whole entire world of finance, but knowing money, knowing things of that nature is where I feel like the elementary school education has to be put into place. Learning how to save money, again, fundamentally starting at a very young age would make a difference for the rest of their life for a majority of individuals. Number 3, lack of financial knowledge has a very painful consequence, guys. When you look at Americans, when you look at people that are racking up debt, living paycheck to paycheck, not having a budget, not having a plan, not investing, putting anything in 401ks, this is the reason why as a nation we are in the debt that we are. Looking again, as a nation, we are in over $1 trillion in credit card debt, with millennials starting their career with a combined $1.52 trillion in student loan debt. So we're not talking about little numbers here. It's not millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions. We're talking trillions, even superseding the billions, guys. The numbers exponentially get larger. Then when you look at the interest that people are paying on student loans, the interest that people that are paying on credit cards is insane. It is absolutely insane, guys. Right now, on average, 38% of US households are carrying average or above average credit card debt, with the average being $16,000 in credit card debt at an APR of 20.47%, guys. That is insane. That doesn't include the larger debt like mortgages, student loans. They actually consider them, according to the Forbes article, as good debt, where credit cards are considered as not good debt or dangerous debt to be having, which again, we are starting our youngest generation, one, without the tools to really knowledge and know debt and know how to handle debt, how to manage debt, how to repay debt. Then we couple it with $1.5 trillion in student loans, which run, I believe, currently about 5.5% interest, where if you're borrowing $100,000 in student loans, 4 years later, you're going to way more than that $100,000 that you initially did have. Now, 33% of Americans have zero for retirement. That is right, guys. No 401ks, no IRAs, no anything when it goes to into retirement. That means that when they do hit a retirement age, it is going to be Social Security loan that they're going to be dependent to really live on. Number 4, financial literacy leads to a healthier life. That is right, guys. 51% of millennials want additional personal finance knowledge. It is out there, guys. Again, one of the big things for starting this channel. 43% of Gen Z, 26% of Gen X and older, they are being held back from their full potential because of the financial literacy. Now, why financial literacy? Why financial education promotes good saving habits? That is really the baseline, guys. Imagine your child came out of college without owing student loan debt or owing less than they do now because we had better habits than we once seen. Budgeting teaches awareness and responsibility for money. Super important, guys, to actively manage a budget. That is something that we talk about a lot in this channel. Not only the budget management, but also the emergency fund that we do have. Smart decisions positively affect your credit score, which again can make it easier to get a job, easier to apply for a loan, to get a home loan, to get an apartment, buying a car, getting insurance, even a power bill can be affected by your credit score, guys. So if you have a poor credit score, chances are your insurance is going to be more expensive, which is the reason why I really drive home getting that credit score. More jobs, more money, less debt, better for the economy overall. Wouldn't be in kind of the dire straits, which we're sitting again on $1 trillion in credit card debt, because we could have a institution or have as a nation a lot more people financially educated, knowing the impact of those credit card debts, and understanding money leads to a healthier finance, positive attitude around money. A lot of people do view money as evil, as bad, as something that is very detrimental. Guys, it is a tool to exchange good for services, whatever it may be. That is the way you have to treat it. There is unreal emotional attachment when it does come to money, which should not be there, because again, they say money is the root of all evil, which I do not believe. Honestly, when you look at a lot of people that do have a absorbent amount of money, they can do a lot of good, and they can do a lot of good in the world. And the final one, guys, where else will they learn it? Study shows in lieu of school-sponsored financial plans, most people turn to alternative sources of money and financial advance. 41% said they are self-taught. And again, looking at YouTube, looking at a lot of content creators, a lot of them have a really good positive message. When you look at Dave Ramsey, when you look at a lot of individuals that are doing the financial education, amazing message, but there is entire entity that the message might not be as clear as it should be, or it might not really fundamentally cover exactly what you need to know to understand what is going on. 37% said they were taught by their parents. Just 12% said that they learned from a financial teacher or a financial advisor, guys. That is right. Again, as a nation, less than 12% of individuals were ever taught from someone who is very well qualified, like myself, being a financial counselor, from someone who actually has an education and has a background in personal finance. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what kind of financial education that you have received. Is it formal? Was it brought to you in school? Was it brought by your parents? How exactly did you get the education? And as always, thank you guys for watching.